last five.
Yes, the final five.
Man, I gotta tell you, I got a splitting headache out of nowhere.
Me too, and I don't know why. I feel like there's something. I feel like there's something up there.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I feel like there's something up there.
A weight on top of my head. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Anyway.
So the final five. All right, so my first one out of the five was on your list.
Okay.
I told you it was coming.
Yeah.
Pet Sematary.
Okay. Original?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, there's no... Listen, the remake was... Nah. That's all I'm going to say about that. Is,
Right. Yeah.
The original Pet Sematary, what you didn't say about it, I'll say about it. First of all, I love Fred Gwynn. I think Fred Gwynn killed it as Jack Crandall.
Yeah, for sure.
Amazing. My favorite scene in the whole entire movie is when he's talking to little Ellie there in the graveyard, and he asks her, do you know what a graveyard really is? And, she's all like, all scared and shit. I love that scene. Love it. But the overall whole movie's just good, man. Like,
oh, yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Now, I know this was a movie, right?
Yeah.
But as people that watch movies, sometimes we have questions.
Right. Okay,
so if you buried your cat in the said Pet Cemetery, right? And the cat came back the way it came back.
Right.
Okay? What possessed you to bury your child there?
It goes back to what we talked about 100 times already. Horror movie logic.
Yeah.
Nothing makes sense. They go and do the complete opposite of what they should be doing. There's even that commercial out. I think it's for car insurance, Geico maybe.
Probably.
Where they even say, when you're in a horror movie, you make dumb decisions, and they're like, oh, let's go hide in the attic. No, let's go in the basement. Why can't we just get in a running car? Makes sense.
Right.
No, guys. Let's go hide behind the chainsaws. Oh, good idea.
Which makes no sense.
I mean, that's the commercial,
Here's the thing. I get it. You're a grieving father. You lost your son. A very tragic accident, obviously, in the movie, which that was tough to watch at some point. That was a little rough. That was rough, man. So you lost your kid. I get it. But what the hell would possess you to put your child in a place where the cat came back the way it did? It's not going to come back any different.
Well, I mean, and if you think about it, they didn't really know that the cat came back as evil as it was until until it progressed.
He
further.
knew though, because Jed told him the story about his dog and everything and all that shit. His old dog Spot. And all that. But all right, so
it's one of those things that you have to see it to believe it, and I mean,
right.
And the pets come back evil. He didn't know for sure if his kid would come back evil.
All right, so let me progress now. Let me progress, bro.
All right.
Your cat comes back, evil as fuck. Your child comes back, evil as fuck. You have to then give your child a shot that kills him.
Yeah.
Because he was evil as fuck. You then find your wife's dead body. And you think to yourself, oh, well, maybe she hasn't been dead for so long. You haven't seen the movie. You see where this is going.
Logic.
Would you take your wife and then put her in the same spot?
Hell no.
And make her come back?
Hell no.
So,
but at the same time, in his grieving mind, he said, like you just said,
right.
She hasn't been that. I got her in time.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
I might have gotten her in time. I wouldn't take the chance.
Hell no. I feel like this. He got what he deserved at the end of that movie. First of all, if my wife came back with a pussy ass bloody eye, I'm not kissing her. Number one, I'm not kissing you. I'm sorry. I don't have a wife, but if I did and she came back like that, I'm not kissing your ass. I don't give a fuck. You've died.
Take
so
another shotgun blast,
part,
just like the sun.
Well, here's the thing. Till death do us part has taken his turn. There.
Yeah, death came.
I'm not kissing you after that. You're dead. Pus running and shit out your eye. I'm not doing that. So when you got stabbed, that was the illusion they give you. You deserve that.
Agreed.
Don't take things and put them in a pet cemetery, whatever the fuck. That was beyond a pet cemetery.
Yeah.
So don't put it in the burial ground because it's gonna come back and it's not gonna be the way it was.
Nope.
Just saying.
Nope.
All right, hit me with it, man.
So, all right.
Is this one of the ones you said I wouldn't know?
No.
Okay, not yet.
This is funny because you picked one from my list.
Okay.
I picked one from your list.
All right, let's do it. Well, there it is. King. So we're back this head-to-head Stephen King.
Yep.
Here we go.
But I'm again the original.
I think the winds from hell are going to kick in.
Oh man.
Oh boy, it's gearing up there. That's frightening, by the way.
But yeah, I again, we can't say enough good things about Tim Curry.
I can never not say enough good things about Tim Curry. He's great.
And we might be biased. I'm sure there's people out there who don't like him.
Shame on you.
But
Shame.
his diversity from role to role to role. I mean, Dr. Frankenfurter, his weird Congo scientist guy.
Yep.
You know, I
Yep.
mean, just everything he's done
Anything
is different and great.
Hell, he was a pirate in the Muppets movie. I mean, come
And he
on,
was a
man.
butler in Clue.
Yes.
I mean, we could literally list 100 movies.
The hotel guy from Home Alone 2. He was great in that. It was a small role,
And
but it
again,
was great.
different roles for each, you know, and
Yeah.
he knocked every role he had out of the park.
Yes, he does.
We already talked a lot about it.
Yeah.
There's not much more that we can really say.
No, but it's a great movie, though.
It is.
It's a great movie.
Pennywise.
Pennywise, yes.
You're being Pennywise.
No, but a hell of a character, though. Like, he
Absolutely.
played the shit out of that.
Absolutely.
When he came up out of the shower and he was talking to, oh, come on.
And then the whole.
Yep, I love the
Yeah.
wave. You know,
Yeah.
like, come on, dude. Beat Richie. Like, just anything.
Yeah. And
There's
it's
so
just,
many good one-liners.
and it's funny because, like, don't get me wrong, I like that one. I did.
And I did too.
For,
yeah.
and they knocked it out of the park with that one too.
Mm-hmm.
But in my opinion, Tim Curry's Pennywise was 10 times creepier than
Yeah, I agree.
the new Pennywise.
The new Pennywise, I said this before, and I think we might have said it when we talked about it. Or we talked about when I picked it. The smile. Because
Oh,
he can
yeah.
legit do that with his mouth.
Yeah.
And then he makes his eye lazy and shit too.
Yep.
That's creepy as fuck.
Yep.
That's something that actor can actually do. So that is kind of cool, and that makes it kind of stand out with the smile and the lazy
Right.
eye. That
And
is cool.
and they depicted him the same but different.
Yeah.
You know, and it's great. I really do enjoy the new one, but
I do too.
the
Yeah,
classic,
knock 'em out.
the original, will always be
Yeah. There's no
the better
doubt.
version.
All right.
Whether or not you like the old school special effects or new school special effects.
The
Just-
only thing I would compare with the two versions of it would be, and I think Stephen King said himself, he was sort of the director, which was Tommy Lee Wallace, who I don't know if you know this, played Michael Myers in the original Halloween. At one point, he was Michael
There we
Myers.
go.
So Tommy Lee Wallace did say that he wished that they had more of a budget at that time to redo the ending. Because
Yeah.
him as the giant spider.
The
was
giant
kinda
spider was
cheesy.
very cheesy.
Just keeping the
The
clown.
new spider was
Yeah,
great.
the new spider was great. Plus, he kept that Pennywise face,
Right.
which I think was cool.
And they could have done differently with the old one.
Yeah.
If they didn't have the budget, instead of turning him into the spider, they could have just made his arms spider arms.
Yeah,
You know,
that'd been cool.
and maybe even added extra eyes so he had,
Yep.
you know, a bunch of
But
big
keep
sets
Tim
of eyes.
Curry's.
But keep
Yeah,
the clown.
That would have
Yeah.
been that would have been the only thing I would have changed about that movie.
Okay.
Other than that was good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, man. So that brings us to the final four.
Well, we got a debate on this one.
Oh, we got a debate.
I don't think it's much of a debate. Tim
all right.
Curry.
It's Tim Curry.
Always Tim Curry.
Or you know what? Forget that. It's Stephen King.
It's Stephen King. Stephen King will always win.
Yeah, it's Stephen King. That's all there is to it. All right,
All right.
number 4. It's on to you, man.
Number 4. All right. So this one, I picked The Witch.
All right.
I watch this every year. I love this movie, and it's starting to develop a cult following, especially because people are all about Black Phillip, which is the goat.
Would you be mad at me if I said I didn't like it?
No, not at all. I mean,
I
everybody has
wanted
their
to
own-
see Black Phillip fuck somebody up that whole movie, though.
And then he finally did it. At the
Yes, he was so angry. Like you
Yeah.
saw the goat's face, it's like, ooh, he's not fucking up.
end. Yeah.
He didn't do it. I was
But
like, come on.
here's what I like about The Witch. It is not like your traditional horror movies
No.
whatsoever.
No.
It is a psychological one up until like the end when it does get gory, and it really messes with you when she has to kill her mom.
Right.
First she watches her dad die, then has to kill her mom. But what I like about this movie is you're thinking the whole time the witch is the this lady in the woods, blah blah blah, which they do show her with the baby. They show her later with the brother,
Yes.
But like it's awesome to see the psychological effects it's having on the family.
Yeah.
It's fun to see how like the family's starting to break apart. Like the little kids turn against the girl. The dad is siding with the girl, but not siding with the girl. And it's just like it's really twisted. And then to find out I'm gonna spoil this one. I don't care if I'm spoiling.
No,
this
please
one.
do, because I'll be honest with you, I didn't really understand the ending. So,
Alright.
so help me with that.
All right, so I recommend that
The Winds of Hell kicked in, by the way. And if you didn't hear that, hopefully you can still hear us. Maybe we'll speak up a little bit, because that is going to be a really bad deterrence. But still, yeah.
So I do recommend you watch it again.
Okay, yeah,
Because
yeah,
now that you've
alright.
seen it once and
Yes.
you know what's coming everywhere,
Right.
you can watch for everything leading to it and be like, oh, this makes more sense. Oh,
And
that's
stuff that you
interesting.
missed,
Yeah.
basically.
And
Right.
like I said, I watch it every year. So the ending, after everybody's dead except for the main girl,
Okay.
she goes and talks to Black Phillip.
Yes.
She says, are they really talking to you? Can you really speak? Blah, blah, blah. He doesn't say anything. She goes to walk away, and he starts talking to her. Black Phillip is the devil, which is worship the devil.
All right. See, now I get it.
Right.
Now I thought he was just a
and then
happy
it's
little pet goat.
and honestly, it took me till this third time, fourth time, fifth time, whatever time this is me watching it.
Yeah.
To notice, like, all right, so I'm gonna come behind you. When he talks to her,
Yes.
you see the hand on her shoulder.
Yes.
He puts his hand on her shoulder.
Right.
He's talking. In the darkness behind, you can slightly make out the figure of him.
See, now
So,
I need to watch. I
you
need
do
to
need
see
to
that
watch
now.
it again.
Yeah. See, I
And
need
then-
to pick up on that.
And he in the line, and it's a line that's become cult following famous, is "Wouldst thou like to live deliciously?" Which is, you basically saying become a witch,
Yeah.
and you can have anything you want.
Now, wasn't
And
there
so she
floating in
does.
the woods and
Yeah.
shit?
Well,
too?
what happens is, she strips naked.
Yeah.
She walks to the woods where there's other witches dancing on a fire, and they float up into the air.
See,
And
it makes so much
they
more sense
and
now.
it's foreshadowed earlier when she says, she flies up in the air, blah,
Right.
blah, when she's trying to tease her sister, pretending that she is a witch. So
It makes so much more sense to me now.
you
I
don't-
kind of have a new respect
I
for
do
it.
want you to watch it again.
I do want
The
to
first
check
time
it
I watched it, I had a hard time. I mean, there is the old language, the old English
Right.
language,
Yeah.
so it's hard to get into. Watching it a second time, it was easier to get into. Third time, even easier. Yeah. And you do start picking out things that you didn't really realize at first.
Right. Which is kind of fun though when you watch something,
Yeah.
you watch it again, you're like, oh, I didn't see that. Or, hey, that was that.
You know what made me watch it a second time was just the death scene with Black Phillip. I wanted to see him kill the dad again, and I watched the whole
I'm
movie
telling you that,
just to watch it
yeah,
again.
that whole movie, I was waiting for that because they show that like close up on him,
Yep.
and you're thinking, oh, he's gonna do it. He's
Yeah.
gonna do it. Damn it, he didn't do it. So you waited for that.
Yep.
You just wanted to see it instead of watching like Last House on the Left. Ever seen a remake of that?
I did not.
I watched that movie for an hour and 40 plus minutes because everyone said, oh, wait till you see the final death scene. Okay, cool. Put a dude's head in the microwave. Oh, sweet.
Wait a minute.
It was terrible.
Wait a minute.
Terrible.
Did they cut off the head and put it in there like?
No, it was still attached to the man. And
Did they break the glass of the microwave?
I don't remember per se. The door was open. If I
Then the
remember
microwave
right,
shouldn't run.
I agree with that. But they put his head in the microwave, and that was the ending of the movie. And I waited an hour and 40 minutes for that, and I was like, that was it? Like, that's what everybody was talking about? It sucked. Remake of that, it's terrible. But
But I have not seen
when you're watching something like you said, like The Witch, though, the stuff that you do miss, you appreciate it more when you go back and see it
Right.
the second time or
and,
the third time.
and knowing that at the end Black Phillip is the devil, now watch him and see how evil he works throughout the whole movie.
Right, it's going to put a whole new concept to it.
Yeah.
You're right.
So,
For 1 second, because the winds of hell are killing me right now,
yeah.
let me just, for 1 second, we'll be right back. Okay, sorry, we had to take that quick break. The winds of hell have subsided.
Yeah.
We're back to normal
I
now.
don't know, that Winds of Hell really messed with me. Now I got some sharp pain going down my arm, and
I feel something weird too, man.
I got a splitting headache,
I don't know
man.
what's going on. All right, so you hit me with The Witch, and I do want to actually check that out again now because you made me think of it in one other way. Got to come back at you with one that is a guilty pleasure to me.
Oh, I think I know where you're going with this one.
I think you know where I'm going too. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. All right.
Yeah.
Let me just say that I think a lot of people are turned off by the sequel because it is a sequel to some shit's moving over there.
I'm telling you.
We might have Ghost in here somewhere. This is now
telling
twice. This is, my phone was, the media was turning down on its own, and it happened 3 times. And now some shit's moving over there.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Man, you start talking about all this horror stuff, and
You were talking about Black Phillip and the devil, and he might be in here somewhere right now.
we should have.
Sophie,
We should have brought-
are you the devil? Where you at, Sophie? All right, she
What's
better not.
that like to live deliciously?
Sophie, don't you start talking to me. If her little paw appears on my shoulder, I'm out. I just want you guys to know I'm out. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm out. Okay. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I think a lot of people are turned off by it because it's a sequel to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Let's be honest. That movie, hard to touch.
Sequels are always hard to
Yes.
get people interested in.
They're a hard pill to swallow sometimes.
Yep.
All right, so let me just say that
But
I like it.
A lot of times they're better than remakes, so.
And that is true too, 100%. I love the sequel to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I love Bill Moseley's Chop Top character. I really dig the way they did Leatherface in this one too. He was a little bitch-ish,
Yeah.
but
Which we also touched on.
he was like that in the original too, though. At some points, you know.
Well, he was. I mean, here's the thing: is he's a character who is, for lack of better words, kind of mentally
Yeah.
handicapped,
Yes.
and mentally unstable at the same time.
Yes.
So where he is psychotic to everybody else, his family treats him like shit, and he
Yeah.
gets treated like a little bitch.
Yes, he does.
And so he acts like a
At the
little
same
bitch.
time, he's killing for his family because they're telling him to.
Yep.
So maybe you should kind of watch this. If he turns on you, you're fucked. So a sequel to me is cool. I know Dennis Hopper went on record and said it was the worst movie he'd ever been a part of, and he hated it. Granted, he made money off it, so whatever.
Listen, if you make money off of something, it can't
Right.
be that bad.
And I did dig how, like, you know, here's this Dennis Hopper character now who's now looking for these people who he knows, and you don't know the connection right away, but then you find out that was Franklin and Sally. Yeah, you have some issues there with your some stuff there.
You got like a little itch going on here.
I wonder. It's moving. See, there's Ghost.
It is. It's like sliding and.
So you find out
scratching
that Sally and Franklin were his family. All right, so now we know why he's on this crusade. Okay?
Yeah.
But that scene where the two guys call into the radio station and they're on the bridge, and the truck is fucking with them.
Yeah.
Because they had messed with him earlier on the road, and here they come now on the bridge. And let me tell you something I didn't realize, and you might have, and it took me years to figure this out. So remember the hitchhiker from the original?
Yeah.
You know the dead body that is always around in the second one, Nubbins?
Yeah.
Did you know that was the hitchhiker from the original?
No, I did not.
Well, it took me years to figure that out too. So that is the corpse that they're carrying around in the second one, who they call Nubbins, is the hitchhiker. That's the. So Bill Moseley.
All right, so
basically,
a nice tie in there.
right. And if you look at him, he's got the damn birthmark and stuff. You can see it.
Okay.
You know, it's
I'm
very.
gonna have to rewatch
It's
this.
faded a little bit.
It's been a
but-
long time
yeah.
since I've seen this.
This is one that I try to watch every October.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, it was on the other night. I DVR'd it. I own it, but still, it's I don't know, something about the charm of it when it's on TV.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's why I like going back to when we were talking about 13 Ghosts. That's
Yeah.
why I like when 13 Ghosts is on TV.
Same here.
Yeah, things are edited out,
Right. Still fun to watch though.
but it makes it more fun because it's like, hey, look, they're giving props to something.
You don't see the boobs, though. I will tell you that. No, you don't see boobs. Actually,
They're
those
not, even
grow out
her,
the nipples.
they're not even her real boobs.
Oh, they're
They're
not.
prosthetic.
They're ghost boobs.
It's prosthetic.
Oh, well then I'm not
It's a
down.
bodysuit.
Just ruined my whole life, man.
They're real. I'm sorry.
All right, cool, good now. So, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, like I said, it's a guilty pleasure for me. I love watching it. I don't know, there's something about the movie, and you get the line. Come on, all the lines from Bill Moseley, Chop Top. I mean, seriously, there's so many of them. When he's in the when he's in the radio station and Stretch finds him, and he's just messing around with her, talking about, oh yeah, that's my fave, and just like all that scene where he pops out of that damn room scares the shit because you don't expect him to come out of there,
Right.
You know, so it's like you got your jump scene when he kills Franklin in the first one,
Right.
You got your jump scene when he comes out of that
That room.
damn room.
Yep.
Do you remember the guy that played LG that worked at the radio station with Stretch? He was always trying to like hit on her and shit.
Okay.
When they ripped out, they fucked him up and everything.
I mean, again, it's been years since I've seen it, so.
As soon as when you see it again, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So we were at a convention one time, my friend Ron, and he was at this convention. And I didn't make my way over to meet him at any time before that. So we were in the bathroom, and me and Ron were just talking, and I forget what we were talking about, and all of a sudden we hear a voice out of the stall. It says, "Be careful what you wish for, boys." And it just disappears, and we're like, what the fuck was that? It was fucking Lou Perryman, who played LG.
That's
From
awesome.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I don't even know what me and Ron were talking about, but he scared the fuck out of us. I'm just saying. Needless to say, I did not make my way over to his table because I was scared too. I thought he was going to kill us. So, and he wasn't a
what you
scary
wish for.
character in the movie by any means, except for when he was missing half his arm, half his chest, and his face. But that's after Leatherface had already, cut him up a little bit.
Yep.
And he always was spitting in the movie too, which I thought was funny. So like he's always spitting, So here he is, half an arm, skinned from the chest, face is gone. He somehow comes back to life and pulls himself up, and he sees that now Stretch is like wearing his face,
Right,
and his hat,
right.
and he again all skinned, can barely walk. He looks at her and goes, "Oh, darling." And takes time to spit, like, and it was just funny. I don't know. There's something about it, man. It's just funny as shit. But
That's again 80s horror movies,
Yeah.
70s and 80s horror movies, and even early 90s. They always
Yeah.
added some kind of like really ridiculous comedy
Yeah.
part to it.
you know, the first
They
thing
even,
you said,
I mean, they do
90s.
it stuff with current movies, but
Yeah.
they do ridiculous comedy in the
When
80s.
you said comedy in movies, and the first thing that popped in my head, I don't want to say this came out in maybe the early 2000s. Scream 4. Did that come out in the early 2000s? I want to say it did because the first three, I think, were in the 90s.
Yeah.
Do you remember the scene with fucking, why can't I think of his real name? Anthony Anderson. He was a cop. Remember?
Okay.
And he said, "Fuck you, Bruce Willis." And then he ends up getting fucking killed. Like, he was
Yeah.
making fun of Bruce Willis, and then there's your instant, for no reason,
You're
but it was a
stupid.
comedy instant,
Yeah.
you know? So
And
yeah,
it's-
there's stuff
and
everywhere.
it's to like, so this is something that I've learned in horror movies. They add a little bit of comedy to it,
Yeah.
and the reason that they add that little bit of comedy, you're on edge.
Yeah.
You just seen this scary thing, this scary thing, this scary thing, whatever,
Yes.
or gory or whatever. Now they add comedy. You laugh. Things are a little lighthearted. So the next time they do something that makes you jump or scream or scared or whatever, is more impactful again.
Yep. They bring you up, or they bring you down and bring you back up.
Yep.
You know,
just to bring you back down again.
Yep.
Because
That's
if they keep it all scary, gory, blah 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 blah, with no bits of comedy, the jump scenes aren't going to be as impactful.
Not at all.
The oh my god, he just got his head cut off isn't going to be as impactful. You know?
Not at all, man. All right, so we're going head to head on that, huh?
Yeah.
The Witch versus
And I feel like in
Black
this,
Phillip versus Leatherface.
oh, the devil versus Leatherface.
I'll tell you what. Oh well, shit. I mean,
I mean,
does
yeah,
Leatherface?
here's the thing,
are they
though.
friends?
I mean, he probably knows him.
I mean,
I feel like because it's such a classic, it's got to be Texas Chainsaw
yeah,
Massacre.
but you know what? Though you kind of blew my mind on the whole witch theory. So
Here's what I'm gonna say. We'll leave it as a draw for now. Go
All right.
rewatch The Witch,
I will. Yes.
and then we can revisit this at a later point in time.
Okay, so
Maybe
right now we're
next
going to
year.
leave it as a tie.
Yep.
Okay. I still say you blew my mind on the witch thing, but all right. Final three.
Final three. You're up.
Oh God, it's me, huh? Jeez. Well, here's one of my all-time favorite movies. Night of the Demons.
Okay.
Have you seen Night of the Demons yet?
I have not yet.
Oh man. Well, let me enlighten you on some Night of the Demons, okay?
All right.
It's a great movie, first of all. So you have a group of people who end up having a Halloween party at this place called Hull House. Sorry,
All right.
which used to be a crematorium.
Okay.
No good thing is gonna come of that.
No.
None. So Angela, who is the host of the party, is this like kind of freaky chick, whatever, wears all black and stuff, one of those kind of gothy
Yeah.
girls. And they all end up at this house and stuff and all this, and they decide to play this game now where they look into the mirror, and I believe it's something along the lines of you'll see how you really appear to others. So you
Okay.
have to concentrate and all this other shit. And I think it was Angela had looked away for a second, but then they saw this demon in the mirror, and everybody freaks out. Or the one girl freaks out, and everybody starts screaming in the mirror, falls and breaks. Well, there's your 7 years bad luck right there.
Right.
Saw a demon in the mirror, and the mirror breaks, you're fucked. So all this shit goes down. You see, like how they say, like when a ghost or a demonic thing is present, it smells bad. There's like a bad smell.
Yeah.
That starts to happen.
Okay.
So now you know there's something. It got cold in there, so you know something's happening, right?
Right.
So this thing doesn't get Angela first; it gets her friend.
Okay.
You kind of can see that something has kind of like went into her, and she's kind of like, now she's goofy. So there's a scene in this movie that I talk about every time I talk about this movie, and it's the infamous lipstick through the nipple scene. So she's
We talked about this
doing
on
her
another-
makeup, and she starts to
Yeah.
pour around her nipple, and then puts the whole thing of lipstick, tube of lipstick, right through her nipple. That's fucked up. It's really fucked up, and it stands out in that movie. Like it really stands out.
That would traumatize me.
And man, I'm telling you. So
Because-
Angela now.
All right. I'm gonna stop you for a second. Boobs are a glorious thing.
But not when you're putting tubes of lipstick into
not.
your nipple.
Do not.
Don't
Do not.
ruin it.
ruin boobs for people.
Just saying, don't ruin it. It's a sad thing. Angela, now what happens is the friend kisses Angela, now the demon goes into her now. So
Right.
now they're both possessed at this point. Angela becomes like the main demon in all these movies. There's 3 of them. They did make a remake,
Right.
and Shannon Elizabeth took over as Angela, which Edward Furlong was in it. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. Tiffany Shepard had a small cameo, which made me happy. Yeah, it's not. I will say they upped the ante on the lipstick scene. Have you seen the remake?
I have not.
Would you like me to spoil it for you and tell you how worse it was?
Do they ruin boobs?
Well, it goes through the nipple
All right.
and comes out the vagina. Just saying. So they amped it up. And
I feel like I should be just done with this.
yeah, it went through and popped it out of there.
I'm not sure if I want to finish our lists. If
Well,
this is on
I mean,
top
I'm just
5.
saying. But no, there's a lot in this movie. There's a character named Stooge. He's a big dude. He's got like the blonde, like kind of mullet type of hair, and he's dressed like he's got a pig nose, and he's just an asshole of the group, basically. And they all wanted to leave, and screw this. And Stooge said, no, he wants to party, So when they said everybody wanted to leave, he was like, eat a bowl of fuck. And if that's not the best line I've ever heard in my life.
I'm gonna start saying that to people.
Eat a bowl of fuck. I'm telling you. If the PB had a phrase of the day, right? Or word of the day.
Yeah.
Our phrase for the continuation of this show will be eat a bowl of fuck.
Listen, if you don't like the horror guys, eat a bowl of fuck.
Eat 2 bowls of fuck. Just
One
say,
for
eat
each of us.
2 bowls of fucks, whatever. So yeah, okay. Night of the Demons. That's my pick for my number
3.
3. Yes.
Man.
Losing track here.
All right. My number 3.
Yes.
Guilty pleasure of mine.
All right.
Will always be a guilty pleasure of mine. I even have a T-shirt for it.
Okay.
Which I don't have a lot of horror T-shirts.
I do.
Yeah, I know you do.
I do.
But-
I really do.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh, well, that's a great movie, though. Come on.
It is a horror comedy.
Yes, it is.
Meant to be a horror comedy.
Right.
Ridiculous over-the-top death scenes.
Which is what makes it fun.
If you haven't seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space...
Well, where have you been?
Yeah, where have you been?
Where have you been?
This is another one that's considered a cult classic,
Yeah.
although I just put it in straight classics.
It's one of those classified as one of those midnight movies.
Yeah.
But can you say the brothers' names though? Do you know how to properly say their names?
I don't remember their names.
Is it Chido?
And you know what's sad is I just literally watched this movie and I don't
I
remember
did.
their
I watched it at
names.
the gym. I was doing cardio the other night,
There
but
you go.
I cannot think of it. It's either Chido or Kaido brothers. There's like 3 or 4 of them,
Yeah.
and I cannot say their damn names.
But so all right, we're if you haven't seen the movie, I'm mad at you. But I'll just briefly explain it. These killer clowns
From
outer space
Yes.
show up on Earth.
Yes, they do.
I will say that I did not like how they took the dog. I can watch people get killed all day long.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of
You
animals. getting
take
killed.
the animal and
Yeah. That does bother me.
But anyway, they show up from outer space. They have got weapons like popcorn guns,
Yes.
and like ridiculous over the top.
And the popcorn's like alive.
Yeah.
When it hits you, it's making little noises and shit.
Yeah, ridiculous over the top things like the one blows a balloon animal dog and the dog's alive and it's alive.
Well, on Search Party. Remember?
yeah.
Yeah.
But the way that what they're doing is they're taking people from this town,
Yep.
they're wrapping them in cotton candy cocoons,
Yes.
taking over the top ridiculously novelty sized straws and basically drinking them
Yes.
through the cotton candy.
Don't forget the girl they put in a big balloon too, like one of
Oh.
those like punch
Yep,
balloons.
yep.
Yeah.
But like there's funny scenes such as like this the tiniest clown shows up on this like little tricycle style bike to a biker bar.
Ooh.
The one biker says, "Can I ride your bike?" And he's no. Yeah. And he goes, "Can I ring the bell?" And he smashes the bike.
Yep.
So then clown gets these giant boxing gloves on. He goes, "Oh, what are you gonna do? Knock my block off?" And that's exactly what he does. He hits him in the head. His head goes flying into the garbage can.
Which could easily have made and probably will make our next top kills list. 'Cause that's a good one.
It's a cheesy,
But it's a
good
good
one.
though. Yes, that needs to go on. That's
And
going on
then
this one.
there's an asshole cop in it,
Yeah, oh man, when he gets his finally,
and
yeah.
he gets something where he says a line earlier in the movie where he says, go. He doesn't believe that there's these clowns from outer space.
I'm not gonna let anybody make a dummy out of
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
He says, "You go ahead with them," to the other cop. "You go ahead with them, but I'm not gonna let them make a dummy on me." Later, he's killed and turned into a ventriloquist dummy.
Sure is.
So
it was a nice little foreshadowing.
cheesy
of what's gonna happen.
foreshadowing. Yeah.
You know what one of my favorite parts of that movie was I don't know if you know the actor's name, but Royal Dano, who played like the old farmer. Mm-hmm. I love that guy. Mm-hmm. Anything he's ever been in.
And he's so only in it for about 3 minutes.
But his part's memorable.
Yes.
You know, he's just got that classic old guy voice.
Mm-hmm.
He was in one of my favorites too, was Ghoulies too.
Okay.
He played the great fucking Fausto. He was like an old magician, you know, and I just love his character. He was Gramps in House 2.
Yes.
House 2.
Yes.
Killed that character, by the way. The character was phenomenal in House 2. I love that guy though. Love Royal Dano. Great stuff.
But, yeah, it's one of those movies that it does have a cult following.
Oh yeah.
Every year I make sure to put it on my top 31.
Yep. I've watched it already.
Halloween.
Like I said, when I was doing cardio at the gym.
It was.
my
I
movie.
think it was my day one of Halloween movies.
It's a good one, man. It's a fun movie. If you haven't seen it, get on it. Go watch it. This is why we do these lists, because there's stuff that I'm talking about that he hasn't seen. There's a few that he threw at me that I haven't seen, and some of you probably haven't seen it either. So
yeah,
get on it.
But
all right,
that's my number 3.
So we're heading into the final countdown.
What's our? We got a debate.
We got a debate.
Man,
Demons versus clowns.
You're off on this tonight.
I got this headache, like you said.
Yeah, I'm
it's
telling you.
weird. I don't know. It's like I have an axe to grind or something. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe
I saw what you did with that.
You saw what I did?
I saw what you did.
Well,
there.
I'd ask you a question, but obviously you got some issues. But yeah, okay. So we got Night of the Demons versus Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Well, big giant clowns from outer space, house full of demons.
And I'm gonna have to let you debate on this one because again, I haven't seen.
Oh man,
demons.
See, it's tough because
I like demons.
I'm calling it a tie because I can't.
Okay.
I love Night of the Demons.
You know what? This top 5 might be hard to.
This is very tough to debate, man. But now we're into the final countdown.
All right.
I will not mess up. I know we have to debate these final ones. So,
well,
final countdown.
We'll see if you can debate this because
all right.
This is one I know you haven't seen.
This is the one you were talking about. You wanted to hit me with. All right. I might fool you.
So, by the same people who made Paper Dolls.
See,
well,
he
The
got
Sighting.
Me. He got me then. He got me.
Yeah.
Okay.
This movie's called The Triangle.
All right.
All right. And it feels like it's a slow burner.
Okay.
But it is. It is.
Sometimes slow burns are good.
But
we talked about Dexter's.
It is made to look like a documentary.
Okay.
And they do phenomenal with making it look like a documentary. The names at the bottom. They use their real names in the movie too.
Oh, nice.
Again, this is my cousin's production company. Badfooter Films. I'm not sure if they're still running under Badfooter Films, but if they are, check them out. They've got some really good ones. They've got another one called Roulette, which was like their starter movie. Yeah. It is definitely, you can tell it's a starter movie. It's like the quality's not as good as any other new ones.
Everybody's got to start somewhere,
right?
Man, you know.
But like that's how they got backing for their better movies.
But then they picked up, like you said, The Sighting, and then
this one you can get on Amazon Prime. You can buy it. I believe it's Amazon Prime. I bought it on Vudu, so
I need to see these movies.
Yeah,
I really do.
I'll give you some movies to watch.
Yeah. I need to see these.
But anyway, so The Triangle is set up like a documentary, and it starts with their one friend Nathaniel, who was in The Sighting.
Okay, cool.
Has gone away. He disappeared for a while, and he sends him a letter saying, "Hey, I've joined this commune. You should come out and check it out. Film it. There's some stuff going on." So they come out to this commune. They're greeted warmly, but they're basically told, you can't film this, you can't film that, blah, 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 So what goes on is people start going missing. Okay. And because I want you to watch this, I'm not going to spoil anything for you. Exactly. But, it goes from people getting sick to people going missing, some people going crazy, and I don't really, like I said, I don't want to give away too much because it is a slow burn. At first, it's just introducing characters, introducing who's in charge of the commune, seeing how they live, and then the weird stuff starts happening that Nathaniel wrote about in his letter. But my cousin is Adam Pittman. He's in it as Adam Pittman. David Blair is in it as David Blair. Adam Stillwell as Adam Stillwell. I believe Adam Stillwell's in it. I might be wrong on that one. I know he was in their other ones.
Well, it seems like they use a lot of the same.
Yeah. Well, Badfooter Films is Adam
it's like a
Pittman and
group of-
David
Okay,
Blair.
I got you. All right.
Yeah, it's their company, and then they have their regulars that they use in it.
Which is what most people do.
Yeah.
You know, I've been in some indie films too, so it's like, you know,
Right.
you're used to working with a lot of the same people.
Right.
You,
I mean,
you
they
have a flow with certain
just
people,
like
man.
they have another one called Cliff Lake, and
Okay.
Adam Pittman and David Blair are both in Cliff Lake.
Nice.
You know.
See, that's cool though.
Yeah.
You know, when you get that group of people
And
that's
that,
comfortable working
that
with.
one's just a short. You can actually find that one on YouTube. Cliff Lake.
I'm gonna
Check
look
it
it
out.
up. I'm gonna look it up.
It's a zombie-ish one.
Ooh, okay. I'm
Yeah.
down then. You
And
know, I like
it's-
my zombies.
It's
Hence,
it's
sure I'm
weird.
zombies.
So
All right,
that's
so-
my number 2,
I like it. I need
and
to
that's
see
one
it.
that
And you weren't
I
joking
watched.
when you said that I hadn't seen it. You're
I
right.
know you haven't seen
All
it.
right. I'm coming back at you, man.
All right.
My all-time favorite movies always will be in my top 5, regardless if we do this again next year. You already know that this one's going to be in the top 5 because my list changes. It will change.
Let me guess. Hold on. It's a
Go for
vampire movie.
It is a vampire movie.
Um,
It takes part in the night.
is it kind of frightening?
Well, it could be. And you just nice little segue into my number 2, Fright Night. Not the
I
shitty
knew you were
remake.
gonna
Let me
get
just clarify that real quick. Not the shitty remake. Hate the remake. Hate it. Fright Night. Man, I mean, really, what could I say about this movie that I already have not said in several other... And we're going to be talking about it in our vampire episode, too.
Right.
So I probably won't give too much on it, but if you haven't seen Fright Night,
Where have you been?
seriously. Yeah, Jerry Dandridge, who is a vampire now who lives next door to Charlie Brewster, who finally realizes this man is a vampire. Of course, no one believes him, including his girlfriend, who is Marcy Darcy from Married with Children. And his friend Evil Ed is into like the creepy stuff, so he kind of buys into it, but not so much. So he reaches out to local TV horror host Peter Vincent, the great vampire killer, who's played by Roddy McDowall, who absolutely kills that role. Like, dude, seriously. You couldn't have found a better person.
Right.
Like Dr. Loomis and Donald Pleasance, you could not find a better person.
It's one of those characters that if you do remake things,
It's hard, man.
you
Yeah.
cannot replace them.
Because the Peter Vincent in the remake was just awful. He was a magician, and he had long hair and a beard. Like, who the fuck is that? Peter Vincent was like this older gentleman who had been in movies, but his career basically was like lagging. So now he's doing a TV show that he really doesn't even give a shit about, to be honest with you. Poor guy just got fired from it. You know, his life sucks. He's still trying to live that Hollywood actor life, you know, and he's happy that these kids are coming to him, but he doesn't buy the fact that there's a vampire next door to this kid. He takes a payment for this to go have him sip some, you know, holy water that, you know, whatever, nothing happens. But then when they're at the house, see, there's some shit moving around. And that's why Sophie's
I'm
see that?
telling you.
We got ghosts in here. Just saying. There's some shit going on back there. So, he goes to the house, does the sipping of the holy water. Nothing happens, which pretty much they knew wasn't going to happen. Which I still think that was doctored, though.
Yeah.
I still think the fact that he took it and he kind of put it over the fire, maybe that broke the... In vampirism, I don't know if that's a thing. It is now. Maybe that broke the blessing. I don't know. Maybe. Or maybe it was just
I mean, it's one of those
ordinary
things that
water.
they don't really explain too much.
Right.
But it's.
I think it was just.
But it's okay
ordinary
because
water.
like you can do that in movies. Like, not that I'm trying to put Twilight in here at all, but you see what they did with vampires in Twilight.
Yeah, they sparkled like glitter. But yeah, I feel like, in my assessment on it, I think it was just some ordinary water. He was like, I don't believe this bullshit. Put some water in a vial here, you're going to drink it, and you're fine.
Yeah.
But what he did realize that he dropped his, he had his mirror, and he was talking about it, and as he looked back, he realized that old Jerry didn't have a reflection in the mirror, which freaked him out. He drops his mirror, takes off out of the house, and freaked out, obviously. They said, you saw something. He goes, he didn't cast a reflection in my mirror. Of course, Jerry's back in the house with his little minion at that point. He says, you know, this one good thing is he'll never, you know, find out about us. And he steps on that piece of glass and he looks down and he says, really? So now he knows that Peter Vincent knows he's a fucking vampire.
Right.
Shit goes down from that point. Movie gets cool. I love it, man. That's literally one of my all-time favorite movies.
It is a good movie. It is.
And it's 80s. It's just good, man. It's just a good-ass movie. And I think Chris Sarandon knocks it out as a vampire. Like, a lot of people were saying in the remake, what is that guy's name that played Jerry Dandridge in that? He was a bigger actor.
I'll be honest, I didn't even see the
Oh,
remake.
well then that's probably better for you. But I cannot think of his name, and he is a bigger actor. And because he's a nice guy, everybody's like, oh, he was the sexy vampire stuff. The dude fucking sucked. I don't care what anybody says, he sucked. The only thing I liked about the remake, and it took a long time to get to it, was the cameo from Chris Sarandon.
Okay.
The original Jerry Dandridge, who then died by the fake Jerry Dandridge, which kind of sucked. But, and I'll think of his name eventually. But I don't give a shit what his name is, to be honest with you. He sucked as Jerry Dandridge, I'm just saying. Oh, and Evil was played by Nick Lovin. So
That kid can't play anything other than a
nerdy. He'll be 70 years old, still playing the nerdy
Yeah.
fucking virgin
High
kid.
school kid.
Because he's never going to change.
Right.
So him over Stephen Jeffries, who killed the role of Evil, and he got Nick Lovin playing him in the remake. Okay, my tangent's over now because I hate the remake. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, but it's not really a tangent when you're touching on the same exact movie, just done differently.
So bad. Just so bad. Okay.
On this one, again, you can't compare because you haven't seen The Triangle.
That's true.
So,
Fairly enough.
I will let you watch The Triangle.
Well, fairly
and
enough,
then we
we'll
can
call
talk
it
about
a tie. Yeah, we'll call it a
Fair.
tie because that's only fair because I haven't seen yours. You have seen mine, but
I
you know
have.
where I would sway my vote. But since
Right.
I haven't seen yours, it's only fair.
And I'm always going to be partial because it is my cousin's company.
Right, and that's
So-
fine. That's absolutely, yeah, man, for sure. All right, so we've come down to number one. This is what we all been waiting for. Well, I know we have. I don't know about you guys, but we have. Number one, out of 31 movies. Well, actually, shit, if we combine our list, it's 62 movies.
Yeah.
Did I just do math right off the top? Wow.
It is. Well,
Isn't
we've
it?
had one so far that was
Yeah.
we both agreed on.
That's true.
At
All right.
the same exact time.
So,
So that's 60.
I have a feeling-
movies.
I thought it was 62 out of the whole list, right? 31.
Yeah, but if we agreed on one movie,
Oh, yeah.
well,
That's
granted,
true.
I mean, you picked Pet Cemetery.
Yeah.
I picked It.
It, yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah,
it-
a couple.
Yeah, there's a couple that we've agreed on, but just different places on our list.
Yes.
There's just one so far
Yeah.
that actually was the
And this
exact
is-
same order.
And this is going to be the one, I think. This is going to be the next one.
All right.
So without me saying what my pick is, and then you go, and I think we do this at the same time. Okay? Number one on my list and Kevin's list,
More than likely.
more than likely, on three. 1, 2, 3.
Pulp Fiction.
Halloween.
Halloween.
78. You got to throw the
Yeah,
78.
the original, 78.
Because see, here's the thing: a lot of people get confused and go, "Wait,
Rob
Rob
Zombie's
Zombie's
Halloween.
There was Halloween
And then,
2018.
and then they're even counting, the 2018, which
Yeah.
is technically a continuation, so it's a sequel.
Yes, I agree. Yes,
No, I agree with you. 1978 Halloween, the original one that started off,
man.
and with a theme of 31 days of Halloween or 31 movies of Halloween.
Yeah.
How can Halloween not be the number one movie? Because
Gotta be.
let's be honest, everybody watches Halloween. Well, everybody should be watching
Yes.
Halloween on Halloween.
I just want to say that AMC starts their Fear Fest coming up in the next couple of days, and Halloween is on my birthday. They're playing all the Halloween movies.
Oh, nice.
Just saying. So it's like the AMC gave
They-
me
it's
the
like
best
they
birthday
knew-
gift.
it's like they knew.
Yeah, they knew. They were like, you know what? We're gonna do that for you.
Right.
And I'm happy.
And
I'm
I mean-
watching the shit.
And let's be honest, we've talked about Halloween before. You and Alan have talked about Halloween
Yes.
before. You've probably talked to people at the gym about Halloween before.
I have pretty much. I told Sophie about Halloween before. She's watched it with me before. My daughter at 2 years old was watching Halloween with
Right.
me, which was one of the funniest things ever because here she is now, a 2-year-old kid, and she liked it the first time she watched it. I don't know what she understood of it because she was two,
Probably nothing, but
but she wanted to watch it that entire week. So we literally watched Halloween, and I had no objection to this, every day for a week. So it came down to a point where we were watching it, and now you know the scene where Dr. Loomis is going through the graveyard with the caretaker.
Yep.
And the caretaker's talking, and he finally sees now that the headstone's been taken, and he goes, why do they do it? Goddamn kids. So, we're watching it the one day, sitting there next to Madison, and she says, the line goes in the movie, he says, why do they do it? And she went, goddamn kids, and I went, and I couldn't let her see me laugh, and I turned my head, and I was like, oh, God. 2 years old, man, and I was like, okay. So, we're watching now, the week is progressing, and Annie, who is now walking through the house singing, No Keys, Old Paul, and she's singing her song about just random bullshit. Madison came into the kitchen singing, Old Paul, No Keys. And like a 2-year-old kid, it made my whole life, man. As a dad, her watching Halloween at that age, and she's into horror movies now, I did.
Nice.
I did well. Just saying. I'm proud of that.
But since we have talked about Halloween 100 times,
Yeah.
which I had no problem with, by the way, I'm sure everybody out there at least knows who Michael Myers is.
I hope so.
I'm sure everybody out there
not
has.
Mike Myers from Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Which, don't get me wrong, I like Mike Myers,
I mean,
but
you too.
he's not a horror
No, he's
person.
not. No, he's not.
Michael Myers, the white mask. I mean, we even did a whole thing on
You'll
Michael
find-
Myers masks.
You'll find
eventually.
skits of us, and I'll be dressed as Michael Myers many times.
And then if you, even if you haven't seen the movie, you know the music.
Oh,
I mean, that music is
Man.
iconic.
Yes.
Of all horror movies, I'd say
That's
that
the most
and the
noted.
Psycho.
and you know what? The Exorcist too, though. The
Oh.
Tubular Bells.
You know what,
that's- Yeah.
Up until I was a senior in high school, I never
You
even
didn't-
knew that.
Really?
Yeah,
Do you know-
I never even picked
Really?
it up. Yep.
You know what's funny about that song, though? People would go to the discos in the 70s and dance to that song. How in the fuck do you dance to the Exorcist music? Like, I want to know. Does your head spin around? Like, are you projectile vomiting on people?
I mean, it was a song
I mean,
before the movie.
I'm just saying, though.
They didn't make it just for the movie.
In the 70s,
It just
though,
happened to
like,
work
you just went to
for
the
that
club
movie.
with your bell bottoms and your afro, and you were like, oh, that's just like, oh, shit. I mean, they weren't doing those dance moves, because obviously those were, there you go, a little bit of this shit.
A
Exactly.
little bit of this.
Oh, yeah, you gotta get that Pulp Fiction in there, too, you know. Well, I know it from Pulp Fiction, just saying that's not, whatever. So, yeah. You know, I won't lie, we were in Five Below the other day, and the song came on. I mean, it was for Five Below, they had some nice speakers, it was bumping. I started bringing it down to the Halloween thing.
There you
I did,
go.
I'm not gonna lie.
There you go.
The girl in the store looked at me like I was crazy, and her I was, but hell, I love the Halloween thing. I'm just saying, it's on my phone. It's just one of those things, man. It used to scare the shit out of me. I won't lie to you.
Right.
The song
you
used to
probably
freak me
thought
out.
that he was coming after you.
Man, yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like the Jaws music.
Oh,
if I go
yeah.
to the beach and I hear
That's
it,
another song.
I'm
Yeah.
rolling up my town. I'm walking
But
up that beach.
But that's another song. Like you know what? That's another show we can do. Horror movie themes. We just got. There's another one. There's another one.
Leave us a comment. Let us
Yes.
know if you'd like a horror movie themed show.
Because I know. I know some good ones. I know you know.
I know
good
some
ones.
good ones.
Hell, we talked about Night of the Demons. That opening segment of that movie is all animated, and the theme music is phenomenal.
There you go.
There's one right there.
Yep.
So yeah, I think we need to do that. And that's the thing, man. We kind of segued a little bit, had a little fun, because we've talked about Halloween numerous times.
Yeah.
We
So
know how it goes.
We didn't have to
No.
talk about what happens in the movie. You guys, if you don't know what happens in the movie, go watch one of the thousands of other
Yeah.
people who talk about it.
Yep.
Or
you
us.
see it, watch it,
Yeah.
love it, because you have no other choice. It's Halloween. It's Michael Myers. It's John Carpenter's, in my eyes, best movie.
Yeah, one of his.
And I love a
By
lot of
far.
his movies.
Yeah.
But I say that his best one, and it's funny because we had talked about Black Christmas was on my list.
Yeah.
And they said that some of the stuff from Black Christmas that came out in '74, John Carpenter used some of that when he made Halloween.
All right.
So, people sample
There you
other
go.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
We touched on that too.
Yep.
Touched on a lot of stuff this episode.
We did. So
and it's a
man,
longer episode, so thank you
Yeah.
for sticking with us.
Absolutely.
We
made it through
hope that we
31.
gave you some movies to watch.
Yeah, for real. And leave us some that you watch.
Yeah.
I want to know, man. There's some I've never
Especially
seen. I
stuff that
wanna
we
see it.
haven't seen. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to watch stuff that I never heard of.
I have a list of stuff that I have not watched yet. I literally have a stack.
You
of
actually
this
have
big.
movies you haven't watched other than indie movies?
Yeah, I have a stack of stuff. I have to admit that I am very behind on my watches for October. I'm mad at myself for it, but it sucks sometimes, man. Life happens, So we made it through 31 movies of Halloween. Holy shit!
So,
Wow.
my big question is,
All right.
are there any that we debated
Okay.
that you guys think we voted wrong on?
Are
That's
there
what I
any that
wanna
we
know.
left out that you would have added to your list?
Yeah.
Of 31 movies. It's a good question too,
That too.
because everybody has different tastes and
Right.
stuff. That's
So
how it
leave a
works.
comment with all that too.
Yeah, we want to know. We want to know what you think. Man, we got a lot of topics to discuss on future shows. Like we came
know.
up with, I
We
think,
came up
3
with
different just in
ideas.
this episode. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Stephen King movies, Tim Curry movies,
Halloween
horror
themes.
themes. Yeah, man. I mean, there's a ton
Or
of
we
stuff
have horror
coming up.
themes.
We got a vampire episode coming up. I think we're going to do anthology movies.
Yes,
coming
can't
up.
wait for that one.
We're still going to touch on 80s horror that doesn't get a lot of notoriety,
Publicity.
too, which is
Yep.
really cool because there's a lot of those, too.
And I would like to touch on black and white.
Let's do it.
Black and white
And
horror
then old
movies.
school movie, we talked about Freaked, we talked about Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
I mean, that's stuff that, yeah.
Original
just because
Psycho.
just because they're black and white doesn't make them bad movies.
Not at all.
And some people think, like we said, it's silent. I don't want to watch that. It's got subtitles. I don't want to watch that. It's black and white. I don't want to watch
There's
that.
a lot of foreign films out there that are amazing. I
you have one on your list?
I mentioned a couple, and I can
Let
give
the
you
right
some
one
more.
in.
Yeah.
Great movie.
I mean, there's more that I could have added to my list, but I wanted to keep things that people would watch. I do always watch The Orphanage, for example.
That's a good movie too.
Yep.
I agree. That's a good one.
And then even Pan's Labyrinth. It's not technically a horror movie, but it's got horror themes.
Yeah, most definitely.
So
you know what? They do classify that horror in some cases, though.
okay,
It's made horror lists and stuff.
I classify it as fantasy.
And I would too. But even like Legend with Tim Curry. Tim Curry did that. They classify that a horror movie too.
I wouldn't classify.
I wouldn't
it as
either,
horror
but because
at all.
he plays the devil,
Yeah.
they think, oh, well, that's a horror movie.
But-
It's not really though.
Yeah.
But hey,
But back to our thing.
yeah,
That's our 31. My 31, his 31.
31 movies of Halloween. Holy shit, it's a lot.
It's a good list.
Yes, it is. I think so.
Yeah.
Just saying. All right, so we'll see on one of the next episodes we decide to do because we have a long list to go over and figure out what's coming next. As long as you stick with us, we'll keep going, right?
And happy Spooktober, everybody.
Yeah. Happy Halloween.